This is Tournament in the Teabreak. You're listening to Ros Satar.
George Bellshaw.
And Viki Monk.
And it's the end of semi-finals day. We have our finalists and we're all super giddy. What a day it has been. What a time to be alive.
What a day.
So, obviously we're going to have to start with the shot news of the day. David Goffin beating Roger Federer. I think it's fair to say, having gone back and listened to the podcast, none of us saw that coming.
I don't think we even gave it much airtime at all, did we?
The section for that was literally about a minute of discussion, and then the rest of it was like the in-depth score analysis.
Point analysis.
So it was absolutely disastrous. But I mean, an amazing performance by Goffin. I mean, we've written him off right from the start simply because of his knee, the Davis Cup, and how wrong we were. You know, I don't know what more to say.
Yeah, I mean, at the very start of the tournament, I was singing Goffin's praises and how he'd kind of changed my opinion of this year in terms of, he beat Djokovic, he'd had a really good start to the year before that injury, and I thought he actually could perhaps push on to top 5. And then my opinion swung back the other way after that Dimitrov match. But he's, what you can't say about Goffin is that he ever stops trying. He always keeps going, and it would have been so easy to just be like, all right, sod this. I've been hammered by Dimitrov. I'm going to go out of this tournament and give up. But he's come back. He's come roaring back. He beat Thiem pretty comfortably, and he thoroughly deserved to beat Federer today. And what I loved about this win was there was no caginess in the end. When he beat Nadal, it was kind of like, oh my word, David, get this done. What is wrong with you? The guy can't walk, for the love of God. But, today against Federer, who didn't, he might be a bit fatigued, but he just didn't seem to settle to the court to meet Federer, which is kind of weird to say on an indoor hard court. But he won that fair and square and just never looked like throwing it away. So kudos to him. He's a deserved finalist.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I was sat there, never for 1 second did I think that Goffin was going to win, but and I was sat there absolutely gobsmacked when he did. But yeah, absolute kudos to him when he did win. I suddenly had checked myself, got over the shock, and thought, you know what, he really does deserve to have got that place in the finals tomorrow. And yeah, what an amazing fight, what an amazing match everyone was gifted to. But that said, Federer's looked a bit off the whole time at this tournament, and he even said in his presser today he felt like he never quite settled into the event, which is strange to say that this is his best service. He's here in London, the crowds go ballistic for him. I don't know.
I mean, I know we were joking that Goffin would have to nick his rackets to make any difference, and that he was going to try something different. I mean, Federer's take was he hadn't really tried anything different, that it was just, maybe played a bit more aggressive. But I mean, I found it curious that he was saying, given that he's crushed me in practice before, I knew he could raise that level. And, it's an interesting choice of words because, number one, why would you let somebody crush you in practice? And number two, I had no idea that they'd ever practiced quite so much. And that Goffin had that level of game to go to, because if you do, then why would you never brought it to the table before?
I think Goffin did change his game. I mean, yesterday I was kind of saying I'd love to see Goffin kind of come in behind the serve. He didn't necessarily do it straight away, but he came in so much more than I've ever seen Goffin come in a big match. Certainly, he changed it up. He was getting Federer moving side to side. It was a really, really good performance from Goffin, and it was aggressive, far more aggressive than I was expecting. I thought it'd be a bit more passive. But from Federer's perspective, what I would say is this kind of reminded me a bit of the US Open. It got to the stage where we were like, right, Federer's won this tournament loads of times, and you kind of forget the fact it's been 6 years since he's won this title. He's won more than anyone else. And that was kind of similar with the US Open. One was like, the other side looked bad, and Nadal was struggling in the hard court swing. Even with that back injury, you were kind of thinking, okay, Federer's won this title 5 times. This isn't going to be a problem for him to go on and win this. But it seems to be, I think there's a mental thing with Federer at these tournaments now. That it's been so long. Does he genuinely believe he can get there? Because today, Roger Federer didn't look to me like a guy who believed he was going to win this tournament.
No. I think you're right. I think he's looked. He struggled. I mean, the only match that he didn't struggles so much against Sock, but then I suppose he didn't really have to. It was Sock's first match, first time in that kind of arena, and I think Sock sort of let the nerves get to him. He had the right idea, but his execution was all off. But then against Zverev, he was taking the distance. He's never really looked 100% comfortable, and it showed. It really showed. Sorry, just for the benefit of the recording, some guy's just walking around with like a whole load of chains. We're not like in some dungeon somewhere.
I'm currently tied to the wall, forced to do this, as has been the case this week, but the keys keeper has been walking around more this time.
The fact that, let's just not go there until we get to tomorrow's, where we can just let rip, and then they can't yank our credentials then. So that's okay. Let's move on to the match that we've just seen, which was Dimitrov and Sock. Wow. That was a decent match.
Oh, I thought you would say, wow, what a prediction.
We didn't even get 5 seconds.
I just thought, wow.
Did we make any predictions?
I didn't remember any predictions.
I don't remember any predictions, mate. Do you? No.
I would like to say on the record, I was quite disappointed at Mr. Sock to tank that set so much more than I told you guys he would tank. But Mr. Dimitrov, congratulations, you did well on that final set. I knew it would be 6-3, and I knew I needed that extra, 1 minute just to think and get it exactly right.
And also, just for the benefit of the recording, I had to sit next to George for the entirety of that match, with him prodding me with every game that went in favour of his prediction, which was annoying to say the least. I mean, off the record, the language is a little bit less PG.
So there you go, listeners. We all started off as great mates. By the end of it, I think we're perfectly happy that there's like a whole stretch of off-season before any of us have to see each other again, apart from me and Viki, who will have to see each other at work next week. But anyway, I digress. Dimitrov and Sock.
Yeah.
I think we got a semi-final worthy of setting up tomorrow's match.
It was a really good match. It was, as we've kind of come to expect with Sock, where he just comes and goes, doesn't he? 1 minute he's on fire and excellent, the next minute he's in his flip-flops on the beach. I mean, you just do not know what's coming with that guy. And Dimitrov wasn't hitting the ball as well today as he had done in his previous 2 matches. He came out first couple of games, looked pretty sharp, lost his way a bit, wasn't connecting well, and I think against stronger, more consistent opponent, Sock might not have let Dimitrov back in as he did in that second set. I mean, he just vanished as quickly as Barry Scott can dust off a penny. Very road reference.
Again, for the benefit of the recording, Viki and I are just literally
rolling our eyes.
Okay. I think Sock's just come into press and he was pretty. As you would expect, pretty disappointed. But he can't really complain. I mean, he was kind of really off the pace right from March through to the indoor season. Then he had that great run. I mean, he said something curious about, I shouldn't have even been here. And then he sort of backed it up with a kind of, I've shown that I can play consistently. I was going to ask him, you say you shouldn't be here. Why? You did earn your place. It's not like you sort of mugged Corinna Buster in a corner and then stole the place from him. But I think there's a lot of positive and encouraging things for Sock if he can string together a bit of consistency in the new year.
I mean, it's been a funny old season. Where did Sock start out the season, world ranking wise? Way down.
I don't know, somewhere on a golf course in
Paris,
Atlanta.
He was world 23, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big climb. I don't think he hit the top 20 at any point in this season. Maybe 17 at some point. I don't know. But not that
Yeah,
high.
actually, he might have done in Indian Wells because he made the semi-final of that Masters. So
I don't think he's been much above that sort of region, though, 16, 17.
A funny old season. No discredit to Sock. He put on a phenomenal performance today, as he has throughout the tournament, full of fight, full of muster, really attacking the ball in ways that other players have tended not to. But, getting to the World Tour finals and Jack Sock making it to the semi-finals, funny old year.
Right, let's see how many more football cliches we can ram into this as we go. Okay, in the light of losing Nadal and Federer, do we think that we've actually ended up with the best final that we could have done?
we've ended with the final of the two players who deserve it most, but I mean, on paper, a fully fit Zverev and a fully fit Dimitrov would have been my pick as the best finalist possible. I think in my awful wisdom in the pre-tournament predictions, I kind of thought Zverev and Dimitrov were the best chance to kind of stop those two going through. Dimitrov is kind of going to prove that. I think he will win the title. Or more fool me to keep writing off Goffin, but Goffin deserves his rewards for being the plucky guy who's just not gone away, and he's actually hit back at the bully today. He was aggressive, he was great, and I think he thoroughly deserves it.
I mean, we're talking about reversing a 4-1 deficit tomorrow for Goffin.
7-1 if you take...
7-1 if you take it when they were in their futures, where they had like legs like toothpicks or something. I mean, it's a tough ask. You know, last time he had a big win, you know, he came out with all the strength of a paper doily. So really, you know, are we going to see the same again, or do you think he'll have learnt from his Nadal experience? You're shaking your head, Vicky.
I don't know. I mean, not that my predictions have been anything to bet on this week.
I didn't want to mention
I will.
But... Oh, you're kicking George under the table. You know, he put in an incredible performance today. He was, as George says, attacking everything, and to play that aggressive style takes something out of you both physically and mentally. So, I mean, to come back again tomorrow and deliver a similar performance against a similar player to Federer will be impressive. But then again, he's shown fight this tournament, so I mean, I hope that he comes back. And I really found a revived love for Goffin today, and I hope he finds it. But it's tough.
And you know, Dimitrov has a lot of similarities with Federer, but one very different thing about the two of them this week is that Dimitrov's hit the heights. Dimitrov's played his best tennis here. Dimitrov seems very comfortable on this court. You know, none more so than when he was playing David Goffin. He really just battered him, and when Dimitrov's on like that, there's not much stopping him. So I think it will depend a lot on how good how good Dimitrov is. If he turns out how he did today for large periods against Sock, Goffin's got a chance.
Yeah.
If he turns up how he played against Goffin and Carina Busta, night David, it's going to be very quick.
I was going to say goodnight Vienna, but that doesn't work with the Belgian. But anyway, so let's get on to the thorny subject of the predictions then. Should we go for scores again, seeing as that works so well for both of us?
Okay, guys, I just need 15 minutes. Just give me my zone. I'm thinking through every single point in my head.
You should try that sometimes, Vicky. Maybe it'll improve your scores.
Okay, I think the
we'll
word...
let Vicky go third this time.
Yeah, I think the word that we're looking for now is anyway.
Smug. Okay.
I can't wait to do this again next season. I really can't. You're going to get me fired, dude. You realise that?
She was looking at Vicky when she said that. I'll go first this time then.
By all means.
Because,
please do.
to give Vicky as much time as possible, give her a bit more home advantage. She seriously needs it. So
below the belt.
I'm going to jump in for a tight 2 for Dimitrov.
Okay. I'll actually write down who they are. I wrote down the scores before without the actual person.
That's because that was my prediction. I said Dimitrov in 3.
We're going for 6-4, 7-6.
And what's the tie-break? 7-6?
Oh.
Come on. George, if we're going to play properly.
Okay, it'll go to 4-all. Goffin will get the break, but lose it, and Dimitrov will take it 7-5. And if that's right, buy me a ton of drinks tomorrow night. 10 of sparkling waters.
I'm actually crying. Okay. Vicky.
So I think little fighter David, I think he's going to claim a set.
Okay. Any idea which one?
I think Dimitrov's going to start strong. I think he'll take the first set 6-3. I think David will fight back and take the second set 7-5. I then think maybe he'll tire off a bit. Dimitrov will really fire up, put on some of that star performance we've seen so far in this tournament, and he'll take the final set 6-3.
So decisive.
Yeah, let's hope taking that much time will help you, Alamir, rather than just my pure brilliance.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the children from fighting. I'm going to go with. There's wine on the tables. Careful. Protect the wine. Protect the wine. I'm going to go 6-4.
Goffin or Dimitrov?
No, Dimitrov. Then I'm going to say that Dimitrov goes for a bit of a walk off the mat. 3-6, and then I think it's going to come down to a fight to the death. So I think it'll be 6-4. Dimitrov.
So have we all gone
Dimitrov,
which means Goffin's going to win.
Yeah, probably.
Performance.
Yeah,
so get your money on Goffin.
Okay, thank you very much for listening to the tournament at the Teabreak. Join us tomorrow for our final wrap. I can't honestly swear that we're going to be either sober or even anywhere near cohesive, but we'll try. Thanks for listening.